Gogo Bathini Mbatha, #1 locksmith. Namhlanje sithi, it is the responsibility of ancestors to look after us. Is their responsibility. Umsebenzi wamathongo nedlozi ukusibheka, ukusinakekela, ukusivikela, ukusenzela konke sikufisayo. Ngoba kubona sizingane. So, as it's a common sense, it's a parent's responsibility to make sure ukuthi ingane ikhulela in a conducive environment. Ikhulela indaweni right, ikhula idla ukudla ku-right, iyaqoka, iyesikoleni, until izibendala. So, nama ancestors see responsibility yawo. So, oftentimes the mistake that we do is that we tend, I've seen something trending now whereby we do so much for ancestors, and yet we go to them and say, please open channels for us. It doesn't make sense. You are looking for a job. You don't have money. You are struggling. You're looking for a job. You are desperate. You went to school. You're looking for a job. But you slaughter a goat that costs 2,500. That 2,500 plus things of umboti, the food that will go with that, the drinks and everything, you end up spending plus minus 5,000 if you're working on a tight budget. You end up spending about around 5,000. But you take 5,000 and then you go and say to your ancestors, you are begging, you are asking for umsebenzi. It doesn't make sense, guys. Let's talk about it. It totally doesn't make sense. Those ancestors, they will never give you a job because to them, you have the money. But if you take your combo, yellow and blue, and go down on your knees and talk to them, call the ones, the Gogo nomkhulu from your mother's side, Gogo nomkhulu from your father's side. Don't include the surname. Tell them, here I am, in this earth. You have left nothing for me. What must I do? Please provide, please open channels for me. Beg them. Then they will listen to you because they see that you're coming to them with nothing in your hands, but rather asking for help from them. But no, Tina, we are quickly to slaughter, and at least, if ever nakhona, you had a dream that says there's a complaint in ancestors, there's something that was supposed to be done but was never done, or you once had a job, or you once had an opportunity to be married or to get married, but there's something that you didn't say, maybe thank you and everything. There's something that you need to do for them. At least use a chicken, because you are still struggling. Even if when things are okay, there is no point in ancestors whereby you say, yeah, no, now it's fine and everything. No, their duty is to provide for us for as long as when, as an individual, you're still alive. Then they will take a break when you join them as an ancestor as well. Meaning when you die, that's when they will take a break in you. But when you are still alive, there's no break. They should provide for us. So, yes, sometimes we go through the processes, we go through traditional healers, they will say we must do this. I can slaughter a goat if ever it's a ritual from the ancestor to say we need a goat to do this, to take away whatever spirit and what that I can do. But when it comes to when I'm struggling to say I'm going to my ancestors with this goat to ask them for luck, they will never. One, they will eat and get tired. Two, they will drink and get drunk, and they won't do anything. Trust me, they won't do anything. If anyone out of 10 have slaughtered goats or cows, others they go to extent of a cow, goats or cow, in asking, in in asking for umsebenzi and everything. Out of 10, if more than 5 of them did that and they got a job, they are lying. I'm talking about after small group, they're lying. It's impossible. So we need to be careful. Another thing that I want us to be careful of, ask yourself about each and every ritual that you are told you need to perform. It's very important. Sometimes a traditional healer told you about the ritual, but they didn't explain it well. And it was your responsibility to ask, to say, Gogo, Nyaguzwa, you're talking about this ritual. Please explain to me how it's done and how it's going to assist me. You're now putting my mind into explaining what is it that I want to achieve out of you, or that we both want to achieve. It's no longer about me consulting and just telling you things as the movie plays in my head. Now I recap. I say, okay, we need to do A, B, C. It's going to remove A, B, C, D, and it's going to help you in this department and this department and this department and this department, and it's going to cost this much. Oh, it's totally different explanation compared to before during the consultation. Now, maybe you also taking notes, because this habit of going to traditional healers with nothing to write on is wrong. That's why you get home, you have a list of muti that you need to use. You forgot how to use them. You totally forgot. If I go to a traditional healer, I always have my small notebook. I will write the name, even if they've written it, I will write myself as well, the name of the muti, how it's used. Paper inside my muti, close it. Second one, I always do that when I go for consultation. Even if I go abroad, I still do that. Why? Because I'm not a computer. I still want to remember what needs to be done. It's like when the traditional healer says to you, Gogo Bathini Mbatha says to you, you need to go and speak to your ancestors. You need to go uyo phahla. Ask him, Gogo, what do you mean I must go to phahla? How must I phahla? Please take me through step by step of uphahla. Don't assume what you know uphahla. I may be talking about uphahla or different. Maybe you are used to uphahla kwasentabeni. Then you wake up every night at 12, you leave the house, you go to entabeni, then you get hurt. Why? Because you didn't ask me. Then you come to me and say, Gogo, something happened to me on my way to entabeni the third day. Maybe some people were following me all these days and everything. I said, I've never said you must go to the mountain. And you didn't ask. Now we're arguing, how Gogo, you said this, you said this, you said this. It is not fair. So we need to make sure we ask questions. Sometimes we don't slaughter those goats for ancestors because of we like to. Sometimes we are misinformed. Maybe by an elder in the family who thinks they know everything. No, mafuna umsebenzi mshana, fana uthenga imbuzi, uhlabela ugogo wakho. No. No. Malume ngishisela impepho. Nangu mshana, usala dadwethu usibani. Ufuna umsebenzi. Please assist him or her. She's old enough now. She has been behaving and everything. She went to school, what. But now she's delaying now when it comes to marriage. Please open things for her. You don't need a goat to do that. You don't need an animal to do that. You don't need an animal to ask for help from your family. You don't. So we need to find ourselves in a position whereby we are inquisitive. We ask questions. We mustn't just do rituals. Again, ancestors, it's their responsibility to take care of us. It's not the other way around. Yes, Nati, we need to do rituals and everything. But let's talk about the rituals that are important for ancestors. One, they die, we give them a decent, profound funeral services. Two, we get to the point whereby siyageza okokuqala, cleansing. The first cleansing. Sometimes in other families, it's just once off cleansing. Sometimes it's a first 3 months cleansing, and then the next one, it's a big one, which is after a year. Other people, after 3 months, it's enough. If those things are done, it's good. Maybe after a year, we do something that in we call it iskhumbuzo, whereby we are remembering our lost one. Then we do something. We are just, we miss our father. We miss our dad. In isiZulu kunomsebenzi, there's a ceremony that is done for the head of the family after a year. It's a given. There's a ritual that is done for a woman after a year as a kumulinzilo. It's given. But ikhona nalena ke manje of other members of the family, the kids, the aunt, the what, whereby we can do it after a year, whereby you say, we're remembering him. We're remembering her. That one, we can buy a goat, we can buy a cow. We are celebrating. We are happy. We are not asking for anything. It's just a celebration to remember her. That's it. The rest, again, issues of we want to do a goat. I need a job. I need to get married now. I'm old enough. I need a man now in my life. I'm old enough. And then I'm going to slaughter a goat. You'll stay single for the rest of your life. And you'll be played by other partners for the rest of your life. So we need to be careful. So ancestors are not as complicated and are not as demanding as we think they are. They are not. They are not. That's why you can talk to ancestors even when you're alone. Iba nambo koko nomkhulu. Ngikadeni la ngiyakhona. Ngiyaphuma manje bokoko nomkhulu. Ngicela ngibheke indlela zami. Ngiyaku interview manje. Please go before me. Bless me. I'm tired of staying home. I need this job. Please bless me. Go forward. Go and conduct this interview. Be the ones that interview me. Let me answer the right questions. Let me not be disturbed by anything. Let me not be afraid of anything. Be there for me. So whether by heart or by kneeling on your combo, yellow and blue. And then you come back with your job. Obviously, sometimes you need cleansing, you need to remove some bad spirits, there was an abortion from your partner, or you did an abortion, or, there's something maybe that you need to do. But the one of a goat or of going to ancestors and everything, no. It's a no-no. So I on the Monday, I'm just waking up with that to say, in the midst of your problems, don't add more problems by going and borrowing money to do a ritual that you don't even understand. If it's an instruction from your ancestors, if they came to your visions at night to say, for us to open things for you, please do this. Yes, I support it. Definitely, I support it. But if it's from the traditional healer, please go back to him or her. Just go and find out. To say, I understand. I came to you. I'm not working. I'm struggling and everything. If you say my ancestors want me to do slaughter a goat for them or a sheep, is there a way to find out where will I get that money from? Ask Gogo Bathini. Gogo, is there a way somebody has to go for training to become a traditional healer? They will say, Gogo, I don't have money. I don't have anything. And I said, your ancestors, it's their responsibility to open things for you. Because there are people who think money can make them to train and finish. Money will never do that. Never. Forget it. Kufanele ukuthi ujule ngesimo sedlozi. You need to do your level best during your training and focus during your training. Then your ancestors will open things, will open monies, will open things for you to complete your training. Genuinely so. It's the same if you want a job. Rather, your ancestors, they must rather give you a task to do. Rather than demanding something that you don't have. Hello, you are looking for a job. Where will you get the money for a coat? Sometimes, if you are jobless, I've been there, you don't even have money to buy 1 gig of data to apply for a job. Then your ancestor says to you, they need a coat. Let's say you are depending on your partner. Now you go to your partner, hey, my babies, I went to Gogo Bathini Mbatha. He said, for me to get a job, I need to do this ceremony. It needs a go to in. And your partner said, dude, I have to take care of the household, the food, the kids, and yourself. Now you want me to give, where will I get that money from? Please go ask that Gogo Bathini Mbatha to tell us where must I get that money from and where must you get that money from. Then we'll take it from there. Then, yeah, she's not supportive or he's not supportive. Hey, now we're now playing a game of blaming each other. He's not supportive and everything. When I started my journey, the only thing I was supposed to do, it was to take a trip to here. That's it. I didn't go to my partner and say, hey, manje baby, I need 4 goats. I need what. I didn't. You can ask him. So, guys, please, remember, it is ancestors' responsibility to take care of us. Salawasendo to Gogo Bathini Mbatha. Number 1 locksmith. Umavula kuvaliwe. Technician idlozi. Awu, sukan madoda. Sengikhona. 0357995703. 0357995703. Please make your bookings in time. There's a lot of trips that I'm going to engage on, including Nigeria and Mozambique very soon. So please make your bookings and find out what please. Remember, we still have the shuttle services that will take people from NGT to home safely and from home to NGT or to their accommodation safely. Number 1 locksmith. Thokozani.